Today, we're diving into a bit of gaming nostalgia with the Atari VCS. But as you might have guessed from the title, this trip down memory lane might be a little bumpier than expected. So grab your joysticks and let's get into it. The Atari VCS, launched as a tribute to the legendary Atari 2600, promised a modern twist on classic gaming. But does it live up to the hype, or is it just a high-priced piece of retro tech? First up, let's talk about the price. The Atari VCS comes in at a whopping $900 for the all-in-one bundle, which includes the console, a classic joystick, and a modern gaming controller. That's right, $900. For comparison, you can snag a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X for around $800 to $850, and those consoles offer a far superior gaming experience. So what do you get for nearly $1,000? Let's break it down. The design is where the Atari VCS shines, if you're into nostalgia. It sports a wood veneer and black plastic grille, giving a nod to the classic Atari 2600. It looks great, especially if you have fond memories of the original console. But looks aren't everything. The console features 4 USB-A ports, an Ethernet port, an HDMI port, and an AC power port. Standard stuff, but it doesn't quite make up for the performance issues. And speaking of performance, this is where things start to go downhill. The Atari VCS is sluggish and prone to overheating, with a fan that's constantly whirring away. Navigating through menus is a real chore due to significant lag, and gameplay isn't much better. The VCS claims to support 4K resolution, but don't be fooled. Switching to 4K often results in frustrating system restarts, and when it finally boots up, it's barely usable. 1080p is a bit better, but still not up to snuff. Moving on to games, the Atari VCS comes with the VCS Vault, featuring 100 classic Atari games. If you have a nostalgic connection to these titles, you might find some enjoyment here. For everyone else, the charm may wear off quickly. And while some regions have access to the Antstream Arcade, offering a wider retro library, it's a no-show in New Zealand. Now let's talk about the apps. The VCS supports popular streaming services like Disney+, Netflix, and Twitch. Sounds great, right? Except you can't use these apps with the VCS controllers. You'll need a keyboard and mouse or the VCS companion app. It's a clunky workaround that makes the whole experience less enjoyable. Next, let's discuss the controllers. You have the classic joystick and the modern gaming controller, each priced at $129. Both feel cheap and have performance issues. The classic joystick, while nostalgic, is prone to spinning uncontrollably, and the modern gaming controller suffers from stick drift and an unresponsive D-pad. Comparing these to modern controllers like Sony's DualSense, the difference is glaring. Atari VCS 2024 pros and cons. Pros: nostalgic design. The VCS looks great if you're a fan of the original Atari 2600. Classic games. The included VCS Vault offers a collection of classic Atari games. Cons: high price. The VCS is significantly more expensive than competing consoles. Performance issues. The VCS is prone to overheating, lag, and system restarts. Finally, we have the PC mode. You can install Windows on the VCS, which theoretically lets you play games from platforms like Steam. However, the VCS's limited performance means you'll likely just be playing the same Atari Vault games you could get elsewhere. It's an interesting feature, but not one that adds much value. So, what's the final verdict on the Atari VCS? It's a nostalgic trip that misses the mark. While the design and retro games might appeal to some, the performance, usability issues, and sky-high price make it a tough sell. If you're craving those classic Atari games, you're better off checking them out on Steam or other platforms. The Atari VCS, unfortunately, doesn't quite live up to its potential. That's it for today's review. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more gaming content. Drop a comment below if you've tried the Atari VCS or have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.